Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to have a look at the training series again, and we're going to have a look at one of my favorite exercises of all time. If I could only do 5 exercises, then this exercise would definitely be in it. It's the pull-up. So the reason I love the pull-up so much is because in order to be able to do them effectively, you need to be 2 things. You need to be strong enough and you need to be light enough. Now that means that your body composition is going to have to be favorable, because to be strong enough, you're going to have a good amount of muscle, and to be light enough, you're going to not have excess body fat. So I would like to meet a person who can do 20 hanging pull-ups who has a poor body composition. I doubt they exist. So without further ado, let's look at the different types of pull-ups that you can do. Start with the easiest one. So the easiest one is a supinated grip. So supinated means your palms are facing up. You can memorize that as sup means up, palms facing up. So supinated grip is working not only the lats, so all the pull-ups are working the latissimus dorsi, this massive muscle that runs all the way down your side here. But when you supinate your grip, you are splitting the load between the latissimus dorsi and the bicep. Now the bicep is used always when you do pull-ups, but if you supinate that grip, the biceps are going to do a lot more. So, with every pull-up that you do, I believe personally that you should hang. So when you're hanging, you are stretching the muscle. So you're getting the full range of motion. You're also increasing your flexibility as you do so. So hang all the way down, try and stop your swing. You pull up, touch at the top, little squeeze, full stretch all the way down. Come up, touch, full stretch down. That is the supinated pull-up. Now people don't see this when you're making a YouTube video. Hold the mic really close so maybe you can't hear it. So we're in a really good flow at the moment. A lorry's pulled up and it's got that warning, vehicle is reversing, and it just keeps going on and on. We've paused it and reset it about 10 times, but we've just run out of time. So we're just gonna have to do it anyway. So if you hear that lorry, we're sorry, we're sorry. It's not gonna detract from the video. It's not gonna make any difference to your learning whatsoever. You're just gonna have to deal with it, I'm afraid. Also, upstairs, my colleague Jeff is training somebody and it sounds like the ceiling's coming through. Now, when I built this gym, it cost me all the money I had in my bank account. I could have put some sound insulation upstairs, but it would have cost me £10,000. So I decided instead of having sound insulation, I would have that £10,000 for me to spend. Variation number 2, the neutral grip pull-up. Now, this variation is very good if you're nursing any kind of injury in your shoulder. So if you've got shoulder pain, normally if you rotate like this or like this, you're going to exacerbate that pain. So pull-ups being one of the best exercises that you can do for your back, even if you do it on a lat pull down or a cable machine, if you maintain this neutral grip position, it's going to be a lot better for your shoulder health. So about shoulder width apart, arms straight up, that's your distance where you want to be. Again, full hang all the way down, full range, up to the top, touch, full stretch to the hang. Right up, touch, hang, touch, hang. Now then, the third and final variation is the wide grip pull-up. Now this one uses the lats the most, and it's also the most difficult. Now I'm nursing a little bit of a shoulder injury at the moment, so my esteemed colleague, business partner and cameraman Johnny is going to perform the wide grip pull-up. Now Johnny's very good at wide grip pull-ups and he's very good at building his back. Just don't look at his calves, right? Because you'll have nightmares. It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody's seen the new Alien film, Alien Romulus, but very, very similar to the alien from Alien Romulus, if you look at his calves. So a nice squeeze at the top and a nice stretch at the bottom. Perfect. You're gonna go and feast. Now that my esteemed colleague has finished devouring his victim, he's back on the camera now, fully recharged. So with these pull-ups, they are quite difficult. Obviously you have to be strong enough and you have to be light enough. So newbies, let's say in the gym, you will start on a lat pull down, you will start with a banded pull up or some sort of variation like a TRX row before you master the pull up. It does take a lot of time, it requires a lot of strength and it requires a lot of core stability as well. So this is something for you to work towards, have it as one of your top goals that you want to achieve whilst going through your training progress. So a great way to practice it is with a band assist. So with a band assist, you will take some of the load off yourself, especially if you're on your own and you don't have a spotter. This is a great way of spotting yourself. So there are a few different ways you can do this. You can put your foot through the stirrup. I can't really do this on this rack, or you can put your knee through the stirrup as well. So knee through the stirrup, this might be quite difficult, but we'll try and get it in one. You will just pull the band down, put it over your knee like so, and then hook your feet up. Now, I can feel that band wanting to pull me up already, but as I reach the top, obviously the band is going to get shorter and the assistance is going to get less. So at the concentric part of the rep, that means muscle is shortening, the band here isn't really doing much. Over the eccentric load, the band starts to help me. So from that really difficult position down here to get going, I'm getting a bit of a bounce there to help me back up. So same thing again, you hang, albeit the eccentric load is not as difficult, and you squeeze. The concentric load is difficult at the top there, it's not really doing anything. So squeeze, full stretch down. Just be careful when you get off, otherwise you might give your balls a twang with the band. Another way of using the band is to simply attach it across your rack. So you take it and you just attach it on like so. Very, very simple. Now, this is going to give you double band thickness. So this is like having two of those that I was doing before. You can move it up or down depending on how much assist you want. So all you do then, very carefully of course, is just step on the band, both feet very, very stable. Now, this is giving me a lot of assist, but when you're first practicing, it's a great way to go. So be mindful on this. On the eccentric load, it's going to help you out a lot. On the concentric load, when you're at the top, it's not going to give you much at all. Now, in terms of muscle growth, eccentric loading is better than concentric loading. So just be aware of that. There are other ways you can do assisted pull-ups, which we'll go over in just a second. So again, pull up, touch, full stretch all the way down. So the hard part of that rep is there. Holding it there is hard. Here, it's not that difficult at all. So that's another way that you can use a band assist. That way is going to give you a lot more than looping one part of the band over your foot or over your knee. Now, as I mentioned very briefly earlier in this video, a great way of building muscle is eccentric loading. So you have two types of muscular contraction, two common types I should say. You've actually got three. You've got concentric, that's muscle shortening under tension. You've got eccentric, that's muscle lengthening under tension. Then you have an isometric hold, side lat spread. Stop it, Michael, back to the video. So what you would do for a forced eccentric is make sure you're very near to the top of the rep. So you're not doing any concentric loading, because that's the difficult part when you can't do pull-ups. It's getting up there in the first place, right? So you're nearly at the top. You give yourself a little assist. So jump basically. So I'm going to push off, jump. So I've hardly done anything. And then I'm really going to wrestle that eccentric all the way down. Then I'm going to assist myself back up, jump up, and then another assist. The magnet on the mic got stuck on there then. So what you do then is forced eccentric reps. So basically you're not strong enough to do a pull-up yet, but you are strong enough on the eccentric to slow yourself down on that down phase. Now, when we're training people here at Ultimate Fitness Cheshire and they have the goal of being able to do pull-ups, we use eccentric loading a lot, and it's very, very beneficial to the client. They get very strong very quickly and they get very used to holding their own body weight. So definitely give that a go. Now, If you're massively overweight, it's not a good idea because eccentric loading is commonly where injuries happen, right? So remember I said you've got to be two things. You've got to be strong enough and you've got to be light enough. Now, if you're not quite strong enough, but you are lightish or light enough, let's say, but not strong enough, that's a really good way for you to go. If you're 7 stone overweight, I don't recommend you do eccentric loads at all. Use bands, use a lat pull down and diet so you get down to a weight that you can manage. So to summarize, one of my favorite exercises is the pull-up, and the reason for that is you've got to be strong enough and light enough. So that should be a target for you. If you can get 5 unassisted pull-ups, you can bet your bottom dollar that you're going to be in reasonably good shape. If you can do 10, you're going to be in very good shape. If you can get 15, you are in exceptional shape. And if you can get 20 hanging, unassisted pull-ups, you're going to be at the elite level in terms of body composition and strength. So make it one of your main targets, the pull-up. There are all the variations that you can do, and there's some of the ways that you can train towards being able to do them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Right, I'm not one to back away from a challenge. My esteemed colleague, the creature from Alien, Romulus, has just challenged me to try and do 20 pull-ups because I said it was exceptional standard if you can do them. Now, I'm not making excuses. I'm on my 2nd course of antibiotics for a chest infection and tonsillitis, right? So if I can't do this, I think that's why. And I've trained today, and this is impromptu, and I've not warmed up. So basically going against everything that we teach on this channel, I'm gonna try and do 20 pull-ups in one go. I'm nervous. Come on, Michael, come on. I'll just do 21. Don't want to push it too far. That's 21. There you go.